Hey guys, and welcome back to another week of Weekly Coldplay. My name is Monica.
And my name is Daniel.
And we are a weekly podcast all about...
You guessed it.
I don't know, NASCAR?
Oh, sure, we can be about NASCAR.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace is in the lead, if that means anything to you.
Well, I hope he's still in the lead. He was in the lead. Well, by the time that we stopped watching, he wasn't in the lead anymore, but he was catching back up.
Oh, okay, yeah. Shout out. I don't know.
Look, shout out car number 23.
Anyway, this week we're...
Oh, that's Bubba Wallace right there.
Yeah, my bad. This week we are talking about X and Y. Coldplay, they don't really like this album. However...
You know, if you ask them about their whole career, they would probably say that this was the hardest part.
Man!
It was a real low point.
Yeah. Something.
They had to start back at square one.
Oh my god! Alright, that's it. We're done here. But we're talking about X and Y. I like this album a lot.
I mean, I do too.
Yeah, it's great.
It
the
is.
end. I think that's the end of the podcast.
It's got some songs that I love a lot and some songs that I forget exist.
Yeah.
Which all albums do, really.
Yeah.
This album I think of as like, when I meet a casual Coldplay fan, I feel like most often this is the casual Coldplay fan's favorite album.
Yeah. Really. I feel like it's usually... Okay, no, casual. I feel like it's usually like either A Head Full of Dreams or A Rush Blood to the Head.
In my experience, it's either Head Full of Dreams or X and Y.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know. See, X and Y has that love. This is actually a X and Y campaign for the band to you know, give it some love. Just give it some love.
Yeah, give it some love and then give Everyday Life a lot more love.
Yeah.
We'll get there when we get there. But
yes, exactly.
The real ones know.
So, I guess we'll get right into it. We got to be quick with this one. Daniel, unfortunately, he's not feeling too well. Everybody send your well wishes.
Yeah, I'm feeling low.
Oh my God. Apparently, but the puns are high. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got a little bug.
It's fine. You know, if you just have to try really hard to fix me.
Oh my God! Save me! Help me!
Yeah, I actually have the rare variant of the cold where one of the symptoms is nonstop puns.
Yeah. I hope I don't catch it. I don't want to. But the track listing for X and Y is Square One, What If, White Shadows, Fix You, Talk, X and Y, Speed of Sound, A Message, Low, Hardest Part, Swallowed in the Sea, Twisted Logic, Till Kingdom Come as the secret song.
Yeah, which was originally not even for Coldplay themselves.
Yeah.
They wrote it for Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he died before he could record it.
Yeah, literally like 1 week.
Yeah, so Coldplay did it.
They killed Johnny Cash?
No, so after Johnny Cash died, Coldplay recorded the song.
Okay, that makes sense. I got it.
Just do one.
Anyway, so this week we're doing it just a little bit different. We're spicing it up because now I think we really like the format of Daniel reads the book and then he tells me about it.
Because she can't read.
Man.
Is it untrue?
Man. I can read, I promise. I read good.
Will you read the books I like and want people to talk about with? Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, that's not because I can't read. That's because I don't like being told what to read.
That's fair. You can read whatever books you want to read.
Mm-hmm. I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah.
But this week we are actually going through track by track first, and then we're adding in a little bit tidbits of Life in Technicolor throughout rather than doing, that section separate and then talking about each song. So, without further ado, X and Y starts with Square One. What a banger.
I love that song.
This song, one of my favorite things about this song is that it starts with that, I don't know what the song actually is, but with the 2001 Space Odyssey song theme. I don't think it's a theme. I've never seen the movie. I know. I just haven't seen it yet. All right, I'll get around to it. But how it starts with Johnny on guitar goes.
It feels like it's riffing on that theme the whole song.
It is. It is directly pulled from that.
Basically, there was like a drum beat and riff that Johnny was playing, and they were messing around on guys' laptops.
Oh.
And then that just evolved into Square One. And because it was called Square One, it had to be the lead track because you can't have a song called Square One be the seventh. So just because of the title, they put it in the top spot.
That's so funny. I love that for them.
Yeah.
I think when they did play it live for the XOY tour, the Twisted Logic tour, where they never played Twisted Logic.
That's some Twisted Logic.
I know. I think it's such a good opener. It's energetic. It's fun. I love this song. I think Will's drumming, not only on this song, but I think on the entire record, is really, really good. It's really solid. And as well as Guy's bass, it's very prominent. He really shines on this album. And yeah, I will talk about the rest of the album whenever we get through the rest of the track list. But this song in particular, my favorite part actually, other than of course, the whole song itself, but my favorite part is the end part. Is there anybody out there who is lost and hurt and lonely too? Love it.
I actually have a fun fact about that lyric also.
Oh, really?
Life in Technicolor.
Okay.
That lyric is what inspired the inventor of Xyloband, who was watching their Glastonbury performance, to invent the Xyloband.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that and the one that comes after, the line right after it.
All the feeling, all the colors into one.
Yes.
And here come undone as if you've been run through.
Jason Regler, the creator of Xyloband, he was watching the Glastonbury performance on television, and the line, "Is there anybody out there who is lost and hurt and lonely too? Are they bleeding all your colors into one?" That song, that lyric, is the reason why he invented the Xyloband.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think lyrically, this entire album, but in particular, that end bit of Square One is so strong. It's chef's kiss. 10 out of 10. I don't know why they don't like this album. It makes zero sense to me. That's all. Your thoughts?
I like it. I have a lot of fun with it. I feel like it's a great opener. It has the spacey vibes.
Yeah.
It gets you into the mood for the rest of the album. I wouldn't call it my top track on this album, which I had an interesting experience trying to rank these, because I would listen to the song and be like, oh, I love this. And I'd listen to another song and be like, oh, I love this.
Yeah. I love it more than the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, well, more than the last one, that's easy enough, but 4 songs in, it's like, well, did I love this more than the one 2 songs ago?
Yeah.
But anyway, but I like Square One a lot, and I don't know if I did it dirty by it being the first one I listened to, and so by the time I'm finishing up my rankings, it's the least fresh in my mind. But I have fun listening to it. I like that you get a little bit of a musical shift partway through the song.
Yeah, and that's Square One. The next song is What If? A bit of a slower song. I'm not too keen on this song, but also I'm just not too keen on much of the slower songs as well, so that's just a me thing. But I think it is strong lyrically. I like the message of it.
I actually like the way this song sounds and how how the lyrics go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the lyrics carry a lot of it for
Yes.
me,
Mm-hmm.
but just with what the lyrics are and the simple melody, I find it really soothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice piano bit.
Yeah. Plus, it's something that you know very well that like is very relevant to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, always worried, like, what if the people in my life aren't gonna want me around anymore?
Yeah.
What if they're going to leave me behind? And that is also something that I'm trying with your advice to combat with, well, what if they don't?
Yeah.
What if they do care about me and want me around?
Exactly. That's why you have to listen to like moon music after the fact or something.
Yeah.
Which is why it's just such a great album. All space, all good stuff. I didn't really have much to say about What If because I don't have much opinion on What If other than it's a slow song and it exists. Again, lyrically, very strong, very good. I'm going to say that about every song on this album. But yeah. I'll just go ahead and move on to White Shadows. Love this song.
Oh, I love this one too.
Love this song. Okay. Guy's bass. Oh my god.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking too. I was like, oh man, Monica's gonna bring up Guy's bass part. If it's enough for me to notice, Monica's gonna be talking about it.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, White Shadows is so much fun. I just really love this song. It's energetic. I think I said that before about Square One. I don't know any other words.
The title makes me think of white pepper.
Huh.
You know white pepper? The seasoning?
Yes.
That's all.
Just like What If, not just like What If, but I don't really have much to say about the song other than like it's I think it's a great song. I think it's one of Coldplay's underrated songs. I feel like, when people, list, okay, what's your favorite Coldplay songs, top 10 Coldplay songs, whatever, most people will probably list, if they're going to pull something from X to Y, other than Fix You, obviously.
Speed of Sound, Swallowed in the Sea, Till Kingdom Come.
Yeah, or Square One. I know Square One's on a lot of people's lists as well. But hardly ever anyone talks about White Shadows. And it's just it's a shame because I think that this is one of Coldplay's best songs, genuinely. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Although there was a time whenever I was first getting into the band, I would always confuse this song and and Square One.
I mean, I still do, but like I don't actually confuse the actual songs, but I have trouble again with my head categorizing the names and the songs together correctly.
Yeah. I have that issue, but I think it's because this is such a long track list. I think it's their longest one. And, it's just hard to keep up with what they...
Yeah, think about it like my name is a database, and I'm getting a SQL error where the keys are incorrectly assigned.
Yeah. I think that's the inspiration of this album.
Oh, I see.
I could talk about it with this next song, but I didn't talk about what the singles were for this album. But one of the singles was the next song, Fix You.
But not the first single.
Yeah. It's Fix You.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't really have to talk much about Fix You.
Chris's father-in-law died, and he had, right before he died, bought a keyboard that he had never plugged in. And after he died, Chris Martin plugged it in for the first time, and it sounded different than any other keyboard he'd ever played, and it inspired him to write the song Fix You. Also, my other fun fact, which I put in parentheses here, Chris Martin often would say that Fix You was was largely inspired by a song by the band Elbow, which was called Grace Under Pressure. He said that was a big inspiration, which it was written around the same time. It was a direct influence, and it was his attempt to write a gospel song. Elbow's frontman, Guy Garvey, doesn't really believe it. He says, if you listen to it, they don't have anything in common. I think I know what's going on here. I think Chris is just trying to find a way to give big ups to Elbow, just being a gentleman.
Yeah. It could be a bit of both, right?
Yeah. Elbow's such an interesting name for a band.
Yeah.
Do you think like the pasta or the body part?
Oh, the body part.
Oh, okay. I keep imagining the pasta.
That too. No, we'll do an elbow cover band called Elbow as well, but it's the pasta.
No, we should do an elbow cover band called Knee.
Anyway, will that make it in? You'll find out.
Yeah, my dad's just so curious what we say that never makes it in. I'm like, I couldn't tell you. I never listened to the finished ones.
But Fix You, pretty much the staple Coldplay song. When most people think Coldplay, Fix You is like probably the number one.
Oh, really? I would put it under Viva.
Well, with Fix You, I mean, especially pre-Viva, it was like, oh, wow, like, you listen to Coldplay, they're like that really slow, band, the soft rock band that, I feel like when people would think of Coldplay, it was always Fix You, pre-Viva, at least.
I mean, I feel like maybe it's from mostly being conscious post-Viva. But I'm used to most people thinking Viva La Vida first.
Uh-huh.
And then Fix You and Yellow about on the same page.
Okay.
It's also my dad who, like, only knew Viva La Vida. So that's
I see.
my other frame of reference.
Yeah. No, I grew up with everyone. I mean, I knew of Fix You before the band, and I didn't realize that it was Coldplay.
I mean, I also knew Fix You without ever realizing it was Coldplay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, again, it's one of their staple songs. It's the only song that they play live from X and Y.
Which is a shame.
Yeah, I know. I feel like you'll get banned from the concert if you tried to request any other X and Y song. Yeah, I'm kidding. Although, is that really far from the truth?
Didn't they play Swallowed in the Sea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very rare. I think Chris was like, hey, I actually like that one. And then played it. Or Till Kingdom Come as well. I think those are the only three that he will acknowledge its existence.
Even Speed of Sound? Oh, no, yeah, he hates Speed of Sound because he messed it up on the recording.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
right. Yeah, I mean, great lyrics, great song. Again, it is one of the Coldplay songs. Next is Talk, which was also a single, and it has a great music video.
Yeah, that's a song that Chris said is a bad song.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's just because Guy doesn't like it.
Yeah, which is cute.
I actually really enjoyed Talk, like re-listening to it. I had forgotten how much I liked it.
Yeah, and it has a sample of Kraftwerk.
You know what? You can take a picture of something you see.
I mean, you might know this, you might not know this. There is an alternate version of Talk. That's, like, it's on YouTube. I really like the version. That was the version that I first heard and thought that was the one that's on the record. And then when I actually bought X and Y, I was like, why are the lyrics different? Why can't I sing along correctly?
So according to Life in Technicolor, there's actually multiple alternate versions. They kept doing different versions where the chorus would be the same, but they came up with multiple different verses.
I see.
And they were struggling to decide on one final one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm happy with what they decided, but the one alternate, it's like, I think it's like literally the only other one that you can find on YouTube. That one I like a lot.
I don't know if I've ever heard that one.
Oh, well, we'll listen to it, in the car. But it's great. I love it. Again, I thought it was the original version because I used to download these from LimeWire. Remember that?
No. What's LimeWire?
It was a piracy site. Well, a program. It was like a something you would download and then you would try to find it.
I know. I don't even know if this is because I'm too young or because my forays into piracy were like the weirdest, like, third party, no one's ever heard of it, Nokia Lumia app.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was LimeWire for me.
I was pirating Christian music on my Nokia Lumia.
Oh, right on. Right on. But yeah, Talk. I am obsessed with the music video for this song. I think the little robot is so cute. I love him.
I don't think I've seen the music video for Talk.
It's so good. It's basically riffing on like a B movie, B sci-fi movie, you know. And it's so much fun. They're all wearing little 3D glasses, and it's cute. I don't know. It reminds me of like Mystery Science 3000.
I've seen like a lot of photos of them from that music video, but I don't think I've ever actually seen the music video.
Oh, well then I guess we'll watch that. We're gonna have just like a whole talk. Yeah. a whole talk, watching and listening party in my car on my way home. And then after Talk is X and Y. This song I often confuse with Twisted Logic. I don't know why.
Probably because they named the tour after Twisted Logic.
Maybe.
And the album after.
I'm just like the songs in general. I mean, they don't sound similar to me, but somehow in my brain I just can't discern them.
I like X and Y a lot less than Twisted Logic.
Really, I like them about the same. But I like the lyrics a lot in X and Y, and Johnny's guitar part as per usual. Yeah. You got anything to say?
No, not really. This is a song that I just don't really care about.
Oh wow. All right then. Dang.
Sorry.
It's what they named the album after.
They didn't really name the album after their song.
No,
I think they named the album and the song after the same concept. They named the album X and Y because the album had these contrasting themes of darkness and despair and also love and hope. They wanted to focus on the meaning of the two sides as well as the unknown, which is also what X and Y represents.
Okay. Yeah. Numbers and figures.
No, that's the last album.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about X and Y. I'm pretty much okay on it. I mean, I like it. I like the song. I like pretty much every song on this album. But, meh, it's okay. And then after X and Y is Speed of Sound, which was also a single. I love the music video to this, just because it's just a giant screen, and then it's just Chris singing it's the entire band playing. But it just looks really cool. I may have seen this music video,
but I don't remember it. The only music video from X and Y that I know for sure I've seen is the hardest part.
Yeah, that one's hard to
forget.
Yeah, that one burns into your retinas.
Yeah, I'm traumatized by the hardest part music video.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Look, they know what the hardest part really is.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Under those swimsuits.
Uh-huh. I will say a fun fact about Speed of Sound is that I remember I was watching like this MTV Unplugged or something that Coldplay did, and they were talking about Speed of Sound right before they played it, and it was the band attempting to play Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush, failing, and then it just turned into Speed of Sound. And they're pretty much open about it. It was like, no, this is Running Up That Hill. And if you listen to both songs, you could hear the similarities it's pretty prominent. Like the drum part is pretty similar. And then what was it? Oh, that noise and all that sound is. Wait, hold on. It's the dun 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 dun. It just sounds similar to that noise and all that sound. I don't know. It sounds similar to me, at least. I haven't heard Running Up That Hill since, I don't know, Stranger Things season whatever. So it does not matter. That song got overplayed. I love it, but it got overplayed. But what doesn't get overplayed is Speed of Sound. But overall, even if they are trying to copy Kate Bush, I think it's still a really good song. Yeah. You have anything to say?
I like this song, but it is, of the ones that are popular from this album, I think it's my least favorite of the main popular ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But I still like it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, like, it's a good song. I think every song on this album is really solid. Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's it.
Okay. The next song is A Message.
Yeah, I have a fun fact to share.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so they had given some people, I forget who, not important to this story, unfinished version of X and Y to listen to. And what they got back from everyone was that it was really good, but it was missing something, one small song. And Chris was struck by inspiration and wrote a message at 2 a.m. And he said it was the first song he ever wrote without wearing any clothes.
Chris. No, some things are inside thoughts, okay? Some things don't need to be shared with the world. Now, this implies that Chris has written other things naked.
Well, it also implies that he sleeps naked, because if he's getting up to write something at 2 a.m., it's not like he took his clothes off to write the song. He just already wasn't wearing clothes. So what I think is that We Pray was written naked.
Because that was written at 2 a.m.?
Well, he wrote it in a dream.
Yeah. Wow. The more you know. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. Look, We Pray and A Message are both bangers. Maybe Chris should take his clothes off to write more often. It's genuinely one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too. I love A Message so much. Yeah, I think it's a really sweet song. I like how it just starts with like the acoustic guitar and then it just builds. I like actually one of my favorite versions of this song was when they performed during the Hope for Haiti telecast in 2010. And I remember watching this live. I was like, this was like one of the first Coldplay things I get to watch live, right? I'm super hyped. And I'm standing right in front of the TV. And I'm just yelling, oh, everybody shut up, Coldplay's on. And then I remember them tweeting out, okay, they're going to play tonight an oldie but a goodie. I'm like, oh, sweet, what's it going to be? And then they start playing A Message. And I am screaming. Because, now realizing just how rare it is to hear that song.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was all four of them on acoustic instruments. I don't know if anyone had a mandolin. I don't remember. But nearly pretty much all of them had some form of guitar in their hand playing it. They're like America or wow, what's another band with like Bread, I think, has a million guitars in their band. Anyway, yeah. I love that performance so much. It's so good. Yeah, and I think about that performance, I want to say that at least like once every month. Yeah. But I love this song so much. That's really it. Anything else? Nothing else?
No, that's it. I just that is one of my favorite songs on the album.
Hell yeah. All right. Next is Low.
Yeah, this is the song where Brian Eno gave them the idea to use crystal wine glasses as percussion instruments.
Yeah, I remember so distinctly whenever I first heard this song, right? I had this stereo. It's probably why I have tinnitus. I had this stereo. My CD player was right next to my bed, and of course, it's pointing right out of my ear. Okay, and I'm blasting X and Y, and of course, listening through the album, it gets to Low, and then it gets to that part, and I'm just yelling like, oh my god, that's the coolest thing. I'm like 13 years old, okay? I'm like, oh my goodness. I was really impressed. So shout out to Brian Eno.
Yeah.
Once again, Brian Eno coming in clutch.
I love this song.
Yeah, me too.
This is another one of my favorite songs off of X and Y. It's another one that I feel like is very heavily underrated.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. I think, especially with X and Y, I feel like everybody brought their A game on this album. Like, the guitar is great, piano's great, bass is great, drums are great, lyrics are fantastic, Like, it is so solid. Again, I cannot fathom in my brain how they don't like this album this much. And I think maybe it's just because they're just overly critical of how they are, and it's such a good product. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not the band, and I get it. They were going through some troubles and trials and tribulations. I understand that. However,
it was a real low point for their career.
Was that a pun, or were you just?
It's up to you to decide.
But I don't know. I wish that they would revisit this album, as Phil said they probably would. Phil had said, he had tweeted, said like the same thing 3 times. He tweeted out, he was like, hey, maybe the band will revisit, the album and remake it. Anyway, I hope that that's actually true, because that'd be great, especially for its 20th anniversary, which happens to be, I don't know, this year.
I think they're too busy to do it this year. I think we'll get it on like the 23rd anniversary.
Something weird.
Yeah.
Man, no, the 24th anniversary, not the 25th. Just
42nd anniversary.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great for Viva.
Yeah. For Viva might be pushing it.
Yeah.
It's 2050.
Well, I'll be here.
I know you will.
Anyway, yeah. The next song is The Hardest Part.
Is letting go, not taking part.
I like the piano version better when they played it live for Viva La Vida tour.
Is that on Spotify?
Yeah, it's the left, right, left, right, left version.
I think I've heard it. I've only really listened to a couple of left, right, left, right, left songs regularly.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've heard it maybe a few times. I need to listen to it again, because I already love this song a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The Hardest Part is a song I really enjoy off this album, and I also love piano versions of songs, so...
Yeah, no, it's great, because they also play, Postcards from Far Away right after it, and it's so good.
Right, okay, yeah, that is where I know it from. Okay, that's the one with the Postcards from Far Away.
Yes.
Fun fact, I can play that one on piano.
Fun fact, I can play that all with my right hand on the piano, and a little bit with my left hand.
I can play it with both hands at your Meow Wolf of choice.
But The Hardest Part, the album version, I like it okay. I think it's still really good, but again, I think it benefits from being probably like a slower tempoed song. Oh yeah, we touched on this earlier, but the music video is wild.
Yeah.
This was also a single.
Yes.
Yeah. What inspired them for it? Is that in the book?
No.
Oh.
They barely mention it. There's just a photo from it, and that's it.
It happened. It's just so interesting. Who came up with that concept? Will approve this.
I think it was Will's idea.
Yeah. It's a music video. I am very impressed by her dance moves, though.
Yeah, no.
But the song itself, it's good. I like the guitar part. I can play this on the drums.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say about The Hardest Part? Sorry.
No more to say about The Hardest Part. I have plenty to say about Swallowed in the Sea.
All right. Well, then go ahead. Swallowed in the Sea is the next track.
Swallowed in the Sea is one of my favorite songs. It is one of the earlier Coldplay songs that I remember getting really into. It is one of the songs that I just remember listening to while walking to work all the time. Like walking from the coffee shop to work. And I would listen to Swallowed in the Sea, and I would sing it. And this is one of the earlier, of my favorite Coldplay songs, so it will always be very special to me.
Yeah, I love this song. It's a great song. is just, it's a really like meaningful song, I think. Like the lyrics are strong once again. And it's just a great song. I'm trying to think of more things to say other than like the same stuff that I've said over and over again, but sometimes that's how it is, right? um, it's great. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with the song. A great lyric I want to say before we move on to Twisted Logic is what good is it to live with nothing left to give? Forget, but not forget. Not loving all you see.
You were swinging that so much more than Chris does.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, oh, okay, this is the jazzy.
I can't help it. I'm a jazzy.
We got that triplet swing with the dotted quarter note, eighth note.
Yeah. I've been learning music in Duolingo.
Yeah, I just know music.
I also know music.
Yeah, I know.
I was in band. Fun fact. I played the clarinet.
I took piano lessons, and I was in band.
Yeah, and you played the
euphonium. Coldplay use euphonium in a song challenge.
Use a clarinet in a song challenge.
That's easy enough. They should do the euphonium one first. It's more fun.
Wow. Yeah, that lyric is so good. That line is strong. Period. Yeah. Moving on to Twisted Logic. This song, this is probably the song I like skip the most off this album. Maybe I know I skip a lot of them, but like, Twisted Logic is okay to me. I like it I think I just don't really like the beginning part of it, but like once it actually gets into like the song, like the full meat of the song, I like it. And I've been listening to it, I think more recently than I had ever before. Like I've been listening to it more than I've ever had before, and it's growing on me a little bit, but it's okay. I think it goes on for too long, and that's like probably like my biggest complaint with a lot of the songs on this album. Might be the biggest complaint from the band's perspective with this album, is that a lot of the songs are a little bit too long. Which, yeah.
Okay, so there's a podcast musical called The 36 Questions.
Yeah.
Starring Jonathan Groff.
Yeah.
And in it, the second song in the musical is called One Thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a bit in that song, sounds very similar to Twisted Logic to me. Okay. And because I heard that musical first, every time I hear Twisted Logic, I think about that song from 36 Questions.
I never finished listening to it. I think I started listening to it years ago.
I know that I've tried to get you to listen to it, and with little success because you don't like being told what to listen to.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just like that.
But I've been meaning to re-listen to it because it's been a long time since I've listened to like the whole thing, not just the songs, but like the actual whole podcast. But it's really good. There's a goose in it. His name is Henry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like, I feel I don't really have anything bad to say about, like, this song or any of the songs on the album. Other than, like, I like some more than others. And Twisted Logic is just one of the songs that I don't like as much. However, it is still a very good song, I think it's strong lyrically. I think musically it's strong. Like, I like it. I know there's a lot of Twisted Logic defenders out there. Shout out to y'all. I do wish that they did play this live, even if I wasn't even listening to the band then.
They've played it live once, right?
I think so.
I forget when, but not during the Twisted Logic tour.
Oh, I thought it was like at the very beginning of the or maybe it was like some. I don't know. I actually.
They did not play it on the Twisted Logic tour.
Like at all, I guess.
I'm pretty sure about that.
Okay.
But I feel like they've played it one time.
Weird. All right. Well, I guess we'll find that out.
I like the song Twisted Logic.
Yeah.
Probably more than you, apparently.
Yeah, I think you do. Yeah, I don't have much. I like the title of the song. I think that's real cool.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say about Twisted Logic. Next is Till Kingdom Come, the secret track.
I love this song.
It's great.
It's so special to me.
Yeah, I think of course we talked about the story earlier about how it came into fruition, but it's a great song.
I heard you laugh. I heard you sing. I wouldn't change a single thing.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It's my favorite one on the album.
Yeah. I know a few years ago, Johnny Cash's sister had covered it.
There's a line in this song, I need someone who understands.
Mm-hmm.
It always makes me think of this children's book, which the whole book is a retelling of a lot of the Grimm's fairy tales. And I forget what it's called, but there's a bit about the word understand, using they use a different definition of understand. That doesn't mean to comprehend, but to understand someone is to literally stand under them and support them and be there for them in whatever they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever I hear this song in my mind, I think about that definition of understand. I need someone who understands, who's there for me and supporting me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. I like the piano a lot in this song. I also like the guitar a lot in this song. Yeah. And of course the lyrics, for you I'd wait till kingdom comes, until my days are done. Anyway. That's X and Y. That's the album.
Alright, so a few more things. First we get to talk about Monica's favorite song that's not on the album at all.
Oh, you get to talk about it. I can't.
Yeah, well, you can. Yeah, well, I'm sharing a fun fact from the book. Gravity was given to Embrace.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first song that Coldplay ever gave to another band.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very shy about it. I actually haven't heard the Embrace version of Gravity.
Oh,
I've
really?
only heard the Coldplay version.
Okay, well, we're going to listen to Embrace's version of Gravity in the car.
Yeah, my other note was to share a different Brian Eno bit that I just thought was funny. One day, said Johnny, the producer, musician, and artist extraordinaire Brian Eno, quote, just came in with plastic bags with all this weird equipment in, and he said, can you feed me some of these keyboards? And he sort of danced around the room making them sound weird, and then he left. That's all. There's no further explanation as to what any of that means, why he was eating their keyboards.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Brian Eno.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, and that's X and Y. All right, I guess we'll go ahead with our rankings.
Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
All right. So, again, take all of this with a grain of salt because I really struggled to compare these to each other. But at the bottom, I have X and Y. I don't like it very much. Next up, I have Square One, which I really liked. I just like a lot of them, and I think I just kept hearing them and being like, I like this one, and putting it up high. And because Square One's the top track, it ended up at the bottom. What If I have above Square One. That's definitely on purpose. I just really love What If. It's very special to me. Then I have Talk, then Speed of Sound, then White Shadows, then Twisted Logic, and then Low, then Fix You, then The Hardest Part, and then A Message, then Swallowed in the Sea, and then Till Kingdom Come.
Wow.
What surprises you the most?
Let me see here. How high Fix You is?
Oh. So the reason Fix You is so high, even though I've heard it so much now that I'm a little sick of it by this point, when I first listened to all the Coldplay songs in order, in an effort to like connect with you and get to know this band because you liked them, Fix You was... I think Fix You was the very first one that on my very first listen through, it had a deep and profound impact on me. Like,
think that's everyone's impression of Fix You when they first hear it.
But it was my
Yeah.
very first one of the Coldplay songs that, because I got through Parachutes and A Rush of Blood to the Head, and I didn't like those albums on my first listen throughs. I didn't like most of X and Y on my first listen through, except for Fix You. I remember the first time I heard it, I was sitting outside waiting for someone to come let me in. I listened to Fix You, and that one was very special to me.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's always going to be very important, no matter how sick I get of it, because it was just an early indicator to me of how special the band would become.
Nice. My list is very different. So it's going to be What If at the bottom, and then Twisted Logic, X and Y, Fix You. I know, I'm sorry, I'm tired of hearing it. The Hardest Part, Talk, Speed of Sound, Till Kingdom Come, Swallowed in the Sea. Here we go. It's top 4. Low, Square One, A Message, White Shadows.
We only have one in the top 4 in common.
Yeah, which is
A
A Message. That sounds great.
Yeah, I mean, I have Low up there, too. I feel bad that White Shadows ended up so low. I think I probably would move it above Twisted Logic, but I still would keep it below Low.
Again, it's that fat bass line from Guy. Boom, doo, 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 doo. Sorry, he's shaking his head at me thrusting my
Fondly.
pudenda.
I'm shaking my head fondly.
Anyway. That's our rankings. That's X and Y. Alright, we're going to go on to other news. So because of my obsession with the Police, the band,
Hey, Kat, except for Stuart Copeland.
Yeah, I found a video of the Police performing at Live Earth in 2007. They were playing Can't Stand Losing You, and then in the middle of it, they went into Regatta de Blanc. And during that, ee-oh, 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 yo, I see Phil Harvey. This is at like 2 a.m., okay? I'm listening, I'm watching this video, and I'm like, man, I can't sleep, so I might as well just watch some Police and try to go to bed. And I that did not work, because I just shot up from my bed and go, oh, I know him. That's Phil.
I know him. That can't be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that was like really
little
cool.
Guy who spoke to me.
Oh, my God.
In that stairwell.
Oh, my God.
Like 1 year ago.
Shut up. It was 2 years ago.
Now.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, see? Look, I told y'all, me being obsessed with things comes into clutch sometimes. Anyway, that's all.
Visit Singapore posted a behind-the-scenes video of the Man in the Moon music video on their Instagram. Wait, is this different from the last behind-the-scenes video that they posted?
I don't know, but they just posted it recently.
Okay, because I know that in news we had a different.
Yeah, I think. Well, it's shorter. It's much shorter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like a full. Yeah, I think it shows more of them on the stage, but it's like a.
Sorry.
I want to say like a minute video or something. Not
you
even.
You can tell how little I've paid attention to other news this week.
The guitarist X Ocean Cleanup collab guitar string bracelets. They are back in stock. And if you don't know what those are, they are bracelets made out of Coldplay's used guitar strings, and I think that's really cool, and I really want one, but
I also really want one. Look at me, I collect bracelets.
That's true. But they are, if you live in the US, $103, but if you live in the UK, it's £80 or whatever. I don't know what y'all use. That sounds right.
They use euros now.
No.
No? Pounds?
Yeah.
Okay. UK's Standard News ranked Coldplay at number 10 for their top 20 British rock bands of all time list. Other bands on the list include the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, The Cure, and Monica's second favorite band, Joy Division.
Yeah.
Not featured here is Monica's current obsession, the Police.
Yeah, I'm beefing. No, yeah.
I don't think they're British, but...
They are. I mean, 2 of them are, and the only one that's American is Stewart.
Okay. I guess I thought Sting was American. I don't know why.
No. Anyway, shout out Joy Division. I love them. Shout out New Order. I love them too. They're my second favorite band. Both bands are my second favorite band because I can't choose, and then they're also in the same vein, even though I know that they sound very different, but that's why I also can't choose because I like both sounds. Anyway.
Monica likes new wave. That's the moral of this story.
I do. I love new wave. I love it. It's funny because I also love The Cure. That's why they got included here. But literally, other than Coldplay, I think they're like the odd ones out in like my interest in music.
See, I struggle to tell all of these kinds of things apart because most of what I listen to is so far outside of pop, new wave, and rock all end up sounding very similar compared to the really weird folk punk that I listen to most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like Walter Mitty and his makeshift orchestra is such a different sound than anything.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Eliana and Henroro, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, they were just announced to be additional supporting acts for the April Hong Kong and South Korea shows.
Debs Wild, shout out Debs,
Yeah.
is working on an updated version of the Life in Technicolor book that will add the everyday life through Moon Music eras. It will be released on October 2nd. I am very excited, but I also feel like it's a little premature because aren't we getting just like 2 more albums? She couldn't wait until we finish.
Well, you know what? I'm going to buy the 3rd version. I'm going to have them all on my shelf.
Anyway, I'm going to buy it because these books inspire me for a fiction project, but...
Yeah. And lastly, there is a rumor that Coldplay will soon announce Latin American tour dates for December. So start saving now. Go see Coldplay.
Look, I got a passport.
Yeah. That's the news.
That's the news. Alright, so now it's the time where I talk about our charity of the month, or as we're doing right now, charity of the week, as we continue to highlight different AIDS charities across the U.S. For this week, this is week 4, and I'm going to be talking about AIDS Foundation Chicago, which is a obviously Chicago-based charity. You can find them at aidschicago.org. My apologies that I'm going to be keeping it brief, because again, I am sick. But AFC has been around since 1985 when physicians, advocates, and community members came together to support the HIV community. This year, they're celebrating 40 years of service to the HIV community with a gala on April 5th. They provide HIV and STI testing, resources, emergency funding, mental health support, and housing. Last year, they served 8,023 clients, provided housing for 1,982 people, and distributed more than $941,607 to 577 households in order to help them stay in their houses and keep their lights turned on. So, you can visit their website to donate if you live in the Chicago area and you are so moved to attend a gala. You can attend their gala to support them, or you could also check their websites for other ways to help or get involved with AIDS Foundation Chicago.
Thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome, Monica.
And that is it for this week. Yeah. All right. We did it.
Hooray.
Hooray. All right, now we're going to go home, get some rest. That's it. Sleep.
And then work tomorrow.
Yeah. But next week we will talk about Viva La Vida or Death and Wolves, friends. I absolutely adore and love that album, so I'm very excited to talk about it. But yeah, we'll see you next week. My name is Monica.
My name is still Daniel.
And we're Weekly Coldplay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to Weekly Coldplay. For more Coldplay content from us, check us out on Twitter at Weekly Coldplay and Instagram at weekly.coldplay. That is weekly, Coldplay. And if you like what you hear, give us a follow on wherever you're listening to this podcast on. Thank you again, and we'll be back next week with more Coldplay news.